Good afternoon, everyone. Again, it's John Galyean. I'm your Director of Instruction here at the Hazen Tree Club, and we're down at the short game area and to continue discussing as we worked at the hole and working backwards. We did putting, a little bit of distance control. We talked a little bit about the different strokes, and I really appreciate the kind remarks. And some of the other things would be if you have an idea of a shot or struggling with a shot, please let me know and we'll cover it in one of the episodes. But today we're going to talk about, as we move just a little bit off the edge of the green, the bump and run technique. So what I've taken today is I have a 5, a 7, and a 9 iron, pitching wedge, sorry. So we have the pitching wedge, a 7, and a 5. So as you look at how this is going to work as we slip into the wintertime, the turf is going to change. It's going to come less fluffy. It's going to be a lot more moist and just soaking wet due to just no grass and dormant type situations. So you want to be able to choose something that's going to get the ball up on top of the grass rolling, and you're not worrying about so much being able to get under the ball simply because there's no grass there. It's just dormant wet grass. So first we'll talk about technique. I'm going to use the 5 iron because, as you can see, I'm on a little bit of an upslope, and a lot of our greens here at the club, when you're in the front edge, you have to climb the hill, whether the pin's on your side or at the back side of the green. So using a 5 iron is going to get the ball rolling for me. I don't have to take such a big stroke, and it also takes out any type of, will I get it in the air, will it fly too far, will it not fly too far. I want to take all the variables I can out of the shot, make it as simple as possible. So again, as you think bump and run, it is simply we're just going to bump the back of the ball and let it run out. And the clubs that I chose, and you'll use this technique and you'll have to practice a little bit to figure out which club you have more success with, because each one has a different dynamic. One is going to have less air time, more roll. The other one's going to have more air, less roll. So you need to look at what you have, practice a little bit. I'm going to use that word practice a lot because if you want to get better, get your handicap lower, we need to practice these shots. So bump and run, we'll talk about how we grip it. You can use your normal grip, but the idea behind this technique is I want to see the heel of the club a little bit up off the turf. So it is going to get the handle a little higher. We're going to get a little bit closer. And so as we come around in a normal shot, you would see that that 5 iron would be flush to the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the handle, and you'll notice that the heel now is up off the turf. So as I do this, and I'm basically just going to make a putting stroke with the heel off the turf. This means that we have less opportunity to drag or get stuck into the turf. So we want to get that heel up a little bit and kind of make that move, but it also gets us upright a little bit so that we can make a putting stroke. So I'll demonstrate the 5 iron. So you'll notice as I get a little closer, the heel is up, and I'm just going to make a putting stroke. And you'll see that each club, again, has a different dynamics. If I used the pitching wedge there, it would have taken a bigger stroke. The ball would have had to fly a little bit more. I had preferred to get that ball on the ground as quick as possible and take the variable out so that even a miss, I have something I can play with. If you have any questions about this technique, I'd love to see you in the golf shop. Thanks again for all the comments. Please reach out to me if you have anything, and we'll see you here at the club.